Yeah, what's going on once again? This Strandetics right here. It's 11 o'clock, 11:02 p.m. down in Texas. Here to bring you another conversation, another talk concerning whatever comes to mind or whatnot. But we still want to talk about some things that I expressed on the Facebook Live. Some of these videos haven't came up yet, so give me time to actually get used to this technology and start producing some better video, better content. Uh, can't be afraid to get on the internet. I remember about 2 years, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. As an adult, a lot of people were thought it was just a childish thing to be on the internet. Thought it was a childish thing to be on YouTube. They thought it was just a childish thing to be on Facebook, but in reality is that people are making tons of money on the internet. People are creating platforms. Uh, people have better communications in their business. They have better ways that you can communicate to one another, your loved ones, and also you can get a message out to anybody in the world if you can market it right. I'm capable of talking to anybody, just based upon the content that I'm building. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that become popular are negative things these days. So, what I'm going to present and what I'm trying to do is, uh, try to become a little entertaining at the same time. Um, I have to have some creative ideas. Maybe you guys could actually also have some type of, how should I say, suggestions of what I can do to make this more uh, make the YouTube videos that I'm making that are educational, but also entertaining at the most without having the result to the nigger shit. That's the last thing I want to do is to have some nigger shit on here just to get some likes or whatnot. But the content what I'm presenting is be relative to the days and times and whatnot. So we're gonna try to get it done. Most of the time when I'm on the road, I don't have access to the internet, so I have access to the internet, but it's not as strong enough to get a YouTube alive going. So I'm here today. I got some music coming up. In the process of mixing some things down. Still writing. I don't consider myself to be a rapper or MC, but I'm trying it out. I like making music. That is my passion. I like making music. Um, I got a good ear for music also. So getting into the music business is the aspiration. Um, it's lucrative and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got some music background. I am an ex trumpet player. I did play in a band and whatnot. So and my mom's a piano player, so I do have a concept of what sounds nice and to my ear. You know, but like I said, man, there's been an issue as far as when it comes to having organizations and the fall of organizations is usually an internal thing that happens within a lot of organizations in history that we can find, man. Uh, you can go into your different black organizations that try to create something positive, whatnot, but envy and jealousy and compromise with other people who don't have that same agenda seem to infiltrate those structures and actually make those things collapse. Uh, and I'm pretty sure that you guys can actually look up these organizations. You're probably asking, what are you talking about? But if you have any questions, whatnot, you can just uh, put a like on the video or whatnot, and in the comments you can actually comment and ask, hey, what are you talking about? Because a lot of times um, I don't want to present myself as a know-it-all and just spill all the beans and just be educating to this. I don't want the information or history of a culture, of a rich culture, to be, saturated with a whole bunch of people that claim they know what's going on and whatnot. And so it becomes like a old song as far as this information that we're giving out. But when it comes to preventive maintenance, man, I'm just talking about simple things that you can apply in your family. You can apply within your friends. With your friends, you can apply at your job. You can apply um, these things, these preventive maintenance to quit. You know, to quit the turmoil that goes in. You know, a lot of organizations. Now we can have people that's going to have disagreements when you're gathering together. Now the conversation or the topic that I'm speaking about is so fundamental, but yet it's so it hasn't been thoroughly researched and hasn't been thoroughly uh, put to application of a strong organization or a strong family. Now we do have strong families that are in existence or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But this information is to the young ones or the old ones who happen to be in a situation where their family or the organization or the business they're with is not that much of a is it could be a little bit tighter. And I'm going to be referring to a couple books. And like I said, if you have any question about the books that I'm referring to, I'm not going to give those names. But and the reason I'm not giving those names is because I want people to reach. You know what I'm saying? I want people to reach out and find out. If you're interested, you go ahead and put your information. Give me a like and put your information down in in the comment section, and also subscribe whatnot. But you know, preventive maintenance or whatnot. How can you prevent a situation of envy? Uh, how can you prevent a situation where an envious person is right there next to you and actually, is actively, trying to put you into a bad situation or possibly wants to kill you? Um, One of the things that you can actually start to do is we have to start breaking bread. We have to start uh, bringing the dinner tables back. You know, not just on the holidays, but we need to sit down after work and with the family, with the children, with the friends. We just need to break bread without the music, without the TV playing, and we need to sit there and just eat and have a conversation with each other. This conversation um, can be in a very constructive conversation, and I'll give you some things that you can talk about so it can be constructive. One of those things that you can apply when it comes to politicking with people when you're breaking bread. You might want to sit down. I don't know if it's McDonald's, but appropriate place where you can have a conversation. You won't be interrupted. You can discuss different things. These are fundamental things that you can apply or whatnot. These are fundamental things that I bear witness to, and I've also bear witness to uh, the possibilities that can actually happen when you guys break bread. You sit down at the dinner table on a weekly basis to find out what's going on. Um, that conversation at dinner should last maybe 1 hour to 2 hours. It doesn't have to be a grilling, but sometimes it just needs to be an open communication. And we have to learn to talk to each other. We have to learn to stay off the internet when it comes to interacting with people that we are, that we happen to be across. Sometimes it's just just have to get off the phone sometimes, man. When you're in the grocery store, sometimes it's good just to get off the phone and look at somebody else and and say hello, hey, how's it going? Start up a conversation. See if you can start up a conversation. I know sometimes it's not good to talk to strangers because of the people out here, but sometimes it's good to have a conversation with a miscellaneous person that you might be standing behind in line and whatnot. And I think that phone really does is really detrimental to open lines of communication and whatnot. Not everybody's a mind reader, but at the same time, not everybody's mind is on point. Not every mind, if not every mind is thinking the things that needs to be thought. So what we're talking about, one of the things that I would like to present, when we're at the dinner table, and this is preventive maintenance. When you get with your homies, when you get with your homies, or you get with your family, get with your members of your organization, man. It's very good to. You might want to have some alcohol. I don't know if you drink. Sometimes the truth, sometimes the truth comes out. Excuse me, I'm still in the process of trying to set up a decent studio, but I excuse the light and everything, but sometimes you want to just have a conversation, and one of those things. When I revert to the book when it comes to politicking, man, is and like I said, I'm referring to a book that you guys might know, but if you want to find out what the book is, hit that like and also put your information in the little chat, little sidebar, and I'll refer that information over to you. Like I said, I'm not in the business of being a know-it-all or acting like I'm some type of prophet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a very good way to teach people just be giving information, even though what you Ali said the best way the person can learn. Best way a person can learn is basically to have them find out for themselves and read. I mean, you can have some people that can actually teach you, but sometimes, man, finding out that information, it resonates a little differently. Sometimes I can go to a book and have that book and read that book and then go back to it later, maybe a couple years later, and then pick up some things that I couldn't pick up before. It's kind of weird. But, one of the things I wanted to go and speak about is like I said, we at the dinner table. If you want to role play with me, we're at the dinner table, whatnot, man. We might have some candles, might have some good food. Uh, but what needs to be talked at the table, whether you get your with your homies or your friend's house, or you want to turn that TV off, turn the phones off, and maybe once a week you just need to talk. You know what I'm saying, and have that talk with each other. Ask a person how they're doing, why you feel that way. Everything is good. You know what I'm saying, and then bring up some other topics. You know what I'm saying. Write down some topics that you could put to the table. You know what I'm saying? And one of those topics can also deal with politics, maybe, what's going on in the newspaper. Maybe you got a current event that you can actually present to the table, whatnot, and, if some people may not be interested, but it's something that might be on your heart, and then, you guys can go from there. Uh, yeah, this had this, one of the principal remarking that you think. Yeah, man, it's the thing about me and my experience is that a lot of people talk about family, but there's also I mean, you got to pull a race card, man. You got to talk about race. You know what I'm saying? Because you know when you're dealing with the black community, you're dealing with you're dealing with other people. You know what I'm saying? Within your community of the same color or hue or color that you may have or whatnot, man. Some of those people are the worst people, man. You know what I'm saying? And some of the, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? I think I've had more blacks, you know what I'm saying? I have more black people who have offended me, who have spoke ill about me, who, you know, who have betrayed me or try to play me or try to fade me in my lifetime than a white person. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to hear the bullshit about, oh, this is the root of face of white supremacy and all this shit, right? But fuck that though. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hear that motherfucking excuse, you know what I'm saying? Some of the people that's in our I mean, I don't know if the hate happens like that in Latino culture. I don't know if the hate happens like that in Caucasian culture, or different other races or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying, when it comes to I'm talking about when it comes to being black and you trying to stand up for your own people, and whatnot, man, it can really be some bullshit, man. You go through a lot of hell to prove that you can love your own people and have some type of pride about your own culture, man, because but I mean, you gotta identify it because that's how other people are looking at you. And then, what I'm saying? They look at the black man, they look at that's him. You know what I'm saying? But practice asking people the following questions, man. So when you're at the dinner table or you just meet someone out, you know what I'm saying? But I just say the dinner table because I would like for people to break bread, you know. Let's sit down and eat, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to be on your phone when you're eating some food, you know what I'm saying? And you're down at the little table, whatnot, man. And make sure there's a little comfort area, you know what I'm saying? But this is all comes with preventive maintenance or whatnot. But it may seem simple, what I'm saying, but you have to ask yourself, when was the last time you had dinner with a family with no interruptions and just a simple conversation, an open conversation where it's not being dictated by everybody. Everybody needs to have their turn. Maybe you need to bring three questions or three things to the table so that you can get on your mind and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And that way everybody can actually, give their input or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying, when it comes to communication, man, we have to sit down at the table, man. And in my idea, in my opinion, we need to bring the dinner table back. We really need to bring the dinner table back. You know what I'm saying? And it can't just be an event. It needs to be more of an intimate thing. You know what I'm saying? With your close friends. And we have to practice being sincere with each other and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? One of the things that one of the things that, before I go back into the book, is that you have to learn how to edify another person. You have to learn how to big or give props to another person. You know, when was the last time you have done that? When was the last time you have went out of your way to say that this person is exceptional? I'm not talking about the mentor. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about the mentor that's doing something for you. I'm just talking about you see what's going on. You see a sense of mastery. You see a sense of a genius. You see what they're doing is progressive, successful. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're an adult or a young kid, when was the last time have you gone out the way and edified this person? You know what I'm saying? We need more edification. We need more people to show love without wanting anything back. You see what I'm saying? That's one of the first things that we need to sit down at the dinner table and talk about. Giving love, man. It's hard to give love when you haven't really received it. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand that. Maybe you haven't gotten into your parenting. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you haven't gotten into your parenting and whatnot. Maybe you haven't learned it from your friends or your family and whatnot. But what's most important, and what I'm talking to you right now, is that your edification of someone else's craft or ability or whatever they have, or they cook cookies. If it's a business they have, edify it. You know what I'm saying? Recommend people come to the business. If it's music and it's all right, you get it a C plus. If it's a C plus, if they get a C plus, edify it. If they get like a D, you know, and it's kind of horrible, the music's horrible, you need to keep it real with them. Say, I mean, you need to go and you need to go and get that back. You need to go ahead and make sure that you reproduce that the right way so it sounds well. You know what I'm saying? So hold on for a second. So you're sitting here, and so that's one of the ways that we can sit down at the dinner table. I have to fix this microphone so I'll be able to look into the camera. You know what I'm saying? So you got to bear with me if I keep looking the other way because this is where the mic is at and whatnot. No, I feel like I'm hugging a microphone or whatnot. So like an MC or whatnot, I'm feeling good. I like being in front of this microphone. But yeah, man, and also, man, to all those other people, man, that's beyond the conscious community or claim that you're conscious or whatnot, man. You know what I'm saying? A little situation when Nipsey Hussle happened and whatnot, and everybody's giving their theory about the shit, you know what I'm saying, about events and whatnot. Like some motherfucking prophets or some shit, right? I mean, these niggas is crazy. I mean, a horse could go in the middle of the street. A horse can go in the middle of the street and take a dump. And these motherfuckers from the I ain't speaking to nobody. All the bullshit that's a horse can go in the middle of the street and take a dump, and these motherfuckers will conjure some bullshit about how the horse has some type of significance in history, and that the horse represents this with the shit also meaning whatever. You know what I'm saying? The brother just died, man, but nobody's talking about how can we prevent this from happening again, man. And that's why I'm talking about preventive maintenance. That's what I'm saying, talking about sitting at the dinner table or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Brother got murdered by an individual in his own hood. He wasn't a part of the gang, from my understanding, from words. He wasn't a part of a hood because he had, I guess, he had participated with the government, had told on some other people. So, you know, he probably felt that, he probably felt the heat coming on. Seeing Nipsey, it's his, maybe Nipsey might have gave him some mercy and probably threw that snitch out the way. Like, look, man, you on. And Nip told him, nah, bruh, you violated the rules of the gang or whatnot. You violated the rules of the hood. And he, you know, we don't really know how his mental health was. They said, from word of mouth, they said he already had bodies. He was already a killer. You know what I'm saying? In LA, them boys become killers at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Saying rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. But back to preventive maintenance, man. We're talking about we're at the dinner table. You know what I'm saying? Let's get at the dinner table again and let's break bread. You know what I'm saying? Let's put them phones away and let's edify on each let's edify each other. Let's support each other. If it's something that someone else is actually doing, man, edify that person, motivate that person to do well and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you can do. That's something that you can solidify. And those are one of the rules that we're going to implement, man. You have to edify somebody. You know what I'm saying? Find somebody to edify. Oh, this is such and such. Oh, I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Recommend that. Recommend whatever that person is doing to somebody else that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Go out the way. Hey, this is what this person is offering. I think you might want to check it out. You never know. You know what I'm saying? And then you could do it how many times you want. You could do it how many times you want. But at the same time, man, edification is another way of love. You know what I'm saying? You want for your brother what you want for yourself. And that's basically what this chat, this little conversation was about today. You know what I'm saying? Preventive maintenance, you know what I'm saying? Sitting at the dinner table, finding out those people, and we can't have anybody left behind. You know what I'm saying? If you have that OGness, if you have that charismatic ability to huddle people around you and gather people around you, then get them loose ends, get those loose ends that happen to be traveling by themselves, who just happen to be lurking around, checking things out. Get to know those people. Tighten up your street a little bit. Do you know everybody on your street? Huh? Do you know everybody on your street? You know what I'm saying? Do you know everybody in your apartment complex on your floor? You know what I'm saying? There's little simple things that can actually happen and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes we got ops, we got people that's just not going to like you for whatever situation it is, and you have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But for those who um, consider themselves to be effective, communicators and leaders, um, we have to sit down, at the dinner table. We have to break bread. You know what I'm saying? And it can't. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Try to stay out the pool hall. Try to stay out. Out the bar when you're having these conversations, man. The conversation needs to be inside a house, an apartment, somewhere where food is being served by family members, or and the TV needs to be off, and you just need to talk. And we need to have can't just have these talks on Christmas. I don't know if these talks are happening on Christmas. You know, is the family actually sitting down and surveying what is going on with the family? Or are they actually serving? Or are they actually, going and saying, okay, this is what we're gonna do? Sister such and such and their family is coming. We have our elders there. You know what I'm saying? Let's go and find out what's going on. What's going on economically? What's going on spiritually? You know what I'm saying? Because right now, the internet is raising the kids now. Our parents are so busy trying to make a dollar that they don't have time for their children or whatnot. But the thing is, we do have time for our children. We can use sources like this, internet, Facebook, Snapchat, to be communicative to our children. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? And for those baby mamas that are playing that role, we don't want to see the kid or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand playing that baby mama role is so 1989-ish. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding, from my research, everybody has a duty to serve God, and that's God's child. Once that child is out from the womb of the mother, then that child is the responsibility, and that's God's child. The mother and the father is just doing what they can to help mold that seed into a strong person, to have good character, to know what's right and what's wrong. You know, so I mean, we can get into that discussion, but the main topic is just preventive maintenance. You know what I'm saying? We may have to do some team building exercises. You know, let's go out to the park. You know, but the dinner table, we gotta sit down at the dinner table. The dinner table is the place where you can look people face to face, and have a conversation where it's quiet, when there's no music, what I'm saying, when there's no where everybody doesn't, they're fresh off work, and things can get done that way. You know what I'm saying? We had them table talks. You know what I'm saying? That's what we can call it. Table talks and whatnot. So, you know, um, one of the things that you can ask a person is, what's their ultimate objective in life? You know what I'm saying? You ask them, what's their ultimate objective in life? Then you ask them, why is that your ultimate objective? And how do you intend to reach this ultimate objective? And will the accomplishment of your ultimate objective help to produce justice? If so, how? In what ways will this accomplishment of your ultimate objective involve me? These are some of the things that you can ask. You know what I'm saying? You know, people do things for reasons, right? People do things for reasons. And people have objectives. They have objectives for what they do and what they say. And it's correct to see, why people do the things they do. You know, I'm gonna start probably doing like a 10-minute talk, but I just wanted to get on here and utilize this platform while I can because, like I said, I'm on the road a lot, and my job doesn't prevent me from. My job prevents me from actually going live because the internet's not strong enough where I'm at. So when I come home, I'm able to do this and whatnot, man. And I encourage everybody else to get a platform and talk and reason and give your opinion on things. Sometimes it's the simple things that need to be talked about. You know, you know what I'm saying? It's the simple things. A lot of people may have a solution to your problem. You know what I'm saying? So um, I'm still freestyling and whatnot, man, and coming up with different ideas to utilize as YouTube. But I want everybody to, get one thing from this little talk that we had today, which is Tuesday. I think it's the 16th, and that's sit down at the dinner table, man, and do some preventive maintenance. Sit down at the dinner table and do some preventive maintenance. You never know. You might be able to diffuse something from happening. You might be able to give some advice. You might be able to receive some good advice that can improve the quality of your life. And I'm out.